A big issue in the heritage sector is the problem of funding. It's clearly, the whole sector is clearly underfunded because there are many buildings in the state, especially in the more remote rural areas, where funding is dire and it just doesn't seem to come from anywhere. Usually for farm buildings where perhaps there's no longer farming in that place, these buildings are unoccupied, they remain derelict, and there's never enough funding to do the maintenance work on these buildings. That's not to say that occasionally the state and the federal government does provide funding. We've recently had a massive surge of funding from the stimulus package, and that certainly helped a lot of buildings. And the conundrum is that 85% of heritage buildings are owned privately, and yet these buildings are regulated from a government authority. So you have this conundrum of a public authority administering privately owned heritage, and there never is enough funding for the maintenance of these buildings. And I think in the next 30 years we are going to have to get our heads around this problem, either by culling a number of heritage listed buildings, or increasing the funding through the planning system.